Alright, I've been working all night. Now it's tomorrow, it's past midnight. So I'm working on my phase converter here, trying to get it mounted up. So these flimsy ass brackets that come with it are not made to fit the box that sits on top. So in order to use it, we'd have to come through here and underneath where there's not a lot of room to get to. And then the other problem is there's a big circuit board plate up under there that's in the way. I'd actually have to take the unit apart to even bolt the thing down, which is kind of stupid. So these holes here were for the wall mount, which I figured, oh, no big deal, let's use those. So I get to put it all up on there. I made these nice brackets here that give me real good support. Makes this a lot stronger, and then it puts the mount out real wide for working with a wall mount. I got to put it up on, and 2.5 inches off. This motor's a lot longer than what the box is supposed to be. So I just got done marking 1/2 inch square. I'm going to put the hole right there and right there. I'm going to use my orbital bit, my uni bit, which I don't usually like very much, but they do work for sheet metal. I'll take out my rotary bit, not concrete. So this is the DeWalt hammer drill I bought. It seems to work pretty good. It's a DW511. So comes with a nice big healthy chuck. I like that. Look at the size of that thing. And it clears here. It's made to actually work. Turn the light back on. See, it's actually made to clear. It's made to fit. Gives you good leverage. It's got real good fitment on the jaw, nice and tight. It's not slopping piece of crap like most drill motors. Pretty good with that. So this one here can be a hammer drill or a regular drill just by flipping the knob. So now we're a regular bit. And then it's 2-speed also, depending on something else you do. It's a reverse by going under here. I think this was the speed under here. Yeah, whatever the hell it is. Or is that a trigger lock? I don't remember. You got a lot of stupid directions to read. I don't like reading. Anyway, it seems to work pretty good for what I'm using it for. Alright, so I got to work on this a little bit. I got my shelf unit up the rest of the way. I already filled it full of crap. It didn't take long. I have not done the drilling for this yet. I haven't put that on the side yet. A lot of work to be done yet. Oh well, we're working on it. Work all night, don't get much done. So I got some work here. I found my drills finally. Spent about an hour and a half looking for drills. Found those. I found my micrometers right there. My calipers were right there and there. So I found some more tools. Yeah, I had to dig through all this stuff and still didn't find what I wanted. So I got my hutch made over here. So that was that plate that was laying over here. That's very, very heavy. That's 1-inch stick steel. Not moving. So I need the shim right here, which turned out to be one of the cut off pieces off the shelf. So now it's nice and steady. Good and firm. So you don't have to worry about hurting that. I'm going to come back in here and deburr it though, because I don't want to hurt myself. Especially over here, you got something big heavy here, like a motor, and you shove it into that damn thing, and that'll gouge the piss out of it. So, that'll work. I was trying to figure out my electrical for my 220. I want the phase converter to go back here, because the only place there's room for it, really. So that's a 110 outlet. And there's one way down there with a yellow thing on it. Somewhere down there that has a 220. So 220 is this lower leg. This is 110 power here. So we got a 110 box here and a 220 box down here, but obviously that's being blocked. So I was thinking maybe I could take the box and put it over here, but you should have an on-off box there for each piece of equipment. That probably includes a phase converter. So so you can manually shut the thing off if something happens. So I'm going to look at all these boxes back there tomorrow and see if I can basically tap into that line and hook a box right to it. It says I need 60 amps of power for it. I don't think I got 60 amp circuits in the building for doing that power, 220. So there's the 220 plug for the lathe. That's what this plugs into. So I'm not sure if I got enough power with the existing wall. But knowing that, he overbuilds everything, so he's probably got big ass wire in the wall, but I won't know until I get into it. So these are size wires are in the phase converter, so I'm assuming that's what you need. That looks pretty impressive until you actually look at what the wire is. There's the wire right on the inside. So it looks like about a 12 gauge. It's mainly all insulation. Usually the thicker the insulation, the cheaper the wire. So this is Southern Royal cord. South wire lower cord. Doesn't say use on it anywhere. Oh well. But over here on their labels, you can see if you got 190 volt, it turns into 380. I've never heard of 190 volt. So it takes 60 by 30 amps when you do that. So this tag over here, we've got 230 by 460. I thought we had 220 power here, but saying we've got 208. We got a weird one too. I don't know what Dad has on his wall. No idea. Being in the 60s, it's probably 208 around this neighborhood, but who knows. Anyway, 230, you get 460 out of it if you need it, but it still takes 60 amps of power to run this under full load to get 25 horsepower out of it. And they're saying 24 is what you're going to get out of it. Whereas this one here, you're going to get 20 because you got less power going in. So anyway, this is one or two of the companies that were I looked at pretty heavily. This one I think was the original people making stuff, so I went with them. It's only about $100 difference in price really, and the other company didn't really seem to list what I wanted to see on this stuff, so I went with this company because I did see what I wanted to see. So the ADX is the model. That means it takes high load. The AD is a cheap one. That is, if you're running a milling machine or something that has light load on it, a smaller grinder or light buffing machine, lower load, the AD would work. If you're going to have it under a loaded condition, you get the X means you can use heavy load like an air compressor, or a vertical mill under a heavier cut. Pretty heavy cut, where you're sucking a lot of horsepower. That's when you need it. But if you start the equipment with light load, then you don't need the ADX. That's what they don't tell you. But to be safe, that's what I went with. So I'm going to punch the bolts in here, the holes, and then we're going to go ahead and try to mount this again. I want to have the switch on-off switch here on this side. The problem is they don't give you much wire, and you need to come in from the back side. So maybe I'll have to reverse it for now. I don't know. If I don't like it, I'll go ahead and get a longer wire. Let's see, where's the light switch? Oh, there's light. All right, so we're gonna go here and punch this panel box and see how good this uni-bit works. Should work perfect, I bet, right? Okay, let's see what this thing does over here. I don't know what this does. Oh. It locks your trigger. Trigger lock. I don't like trigger locks. So this does not have a slow or fast speed. It's called universal speed. It's variable by your finger. So you control it. That means we're in trouble. We're going to be going flat out. Okay, you want to make sure there's nothing important down here to hit. We appear to be good. that size. Next step down. That's it. Make sure there's nothing important there like wires. There's wires under there. And we'll push them out of the way a little bit. Okay, halfway decent. Clean up your mess. This is not a burr-free application underneath there. A lot of burrs up under there. Burr! Alright, I don't like burrs. We're going to use our 5/8 ball. Should be a smaller one for this application, but that's all I have for now. So that's going to knock the burrs down. So when you tighten it down, you won't have a bunch of burrs going in your hole or cutting your finger open while you're in there dicking around with it. That part was easy. The hard part's underneath. Make sure you got plenty of room under there. Pretty good job. We're just hitting on the side right here. And just kind of moving around and knocking the burr off. Okay, those wires are still close under there. You gotta be careful. Got it. Success. Maybe. Chuck you go. Put your tools back when you're done. That way you don't lose them. I wanted to try a little trick here. I'm going to try to put the knockouts back in by squashing the piss out of them. So these are the knockouts that came out of a little hole, little small little suckers. Let's see if they'll go back. They're going in different spots, so hopefully they go in hard. These don't work very well. I got two more I can try with. Totally different height on this one. Okay. Knockouts are reinstalled. There you go. Good as new. Those holes are all in there. Old D-bird up under there maybe. See what we're looking at up under there. Got some chips I gotta blow out. I didn't cut the wire off, did I? Yeah, the wire's still under there. Alright. So I gotta clean the chips out of there a little bit. You don't need chips in there. Shouldn't blow with it by air either, it's not good. Blows it where you don't want it to go. So I would never do that. Never. Okay, this is going to be backwards, so this is going to go on that side over there. This isn't too heavy, but I got a little weight to it. See my D-bird job now? Whoop, up in there, right in there. Hey, it looks like it might bolt on. Maybe. Sure, chips. You don't want any loose chips in there. That'd be a bad thing. None of the stuff's been tightened down, so it's movable right now. The hole doesn't line up. Just going to move it a little bit. There it goes. I'm pretty close on my hole pattern, so it's right there. There's the hole, and like I said, these are movable. These have just big slots up under here, so it's, I put them way toward the edge so you got more support. If you're way over here, it's kind of flimsy, so. And when we're in that 7.0 earthquake, it'll be fine. It's very important that your phase converter holds up in a heavy earthquake. It's very important. So that's why everything's reinforced with washers and heavy duty stuff. Kind of tight in there. Alright. I would just slide this on the bench, but this doesn't move. Especially when you put the rubber pads down here. It really does not want to move. If it can't come to me, I gotta go to it. The hole's pretty damn close. Bad angle though. It's a bad angle no matter what I do. Can't turn the bolt. No access. I'm gonna have to try to drop this on the floor. It'd be fun if I dropped that, wouldn't it? See, if I had an Allen bolt, I could use a ball driver and start it real easy. Well, we don't have that. Alright, good to go. So I use a stubby socket. Tight clearances. Get everybody started a little bit. Okay. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Uh-oh. People would be calling me at 12:41 in the morning. Hello. Hello. Yes. Yes. No. What do you need? I'm in the shop working, yeah. Why, what's up? That's right. I'll be in there in a little bit. All right, back. I'm being checked on to see where I'm at. I'm working, that's where I'm at. Okay, these are real flimsy rubber. The bolt's trying to go through the rubber hollow core, and the rubber's trying to twist. I'm worried about it breaking, so I'm going to hold the outside of the rubber with a plier to give it a little bit of strength. So hopefully I can tighten the bolt up. Okay, that's enough. If these rubbers don't work, I'll get some Harley rubbers, but they're a lot stiffer, so it won't be real flimsy like this one is. Almost there. Definitely not something you want to torque on very hard. If I put a little oil in the threads, it's probably going easier though. Okay. Nothing broken. Okay. So rubbers are nice and tight, so they're not moving. Okay, now all I can do is tighten up these bolts here, but I might have to take this all off, so I'm not going to tighten these bolts up right now. Because the biggest problem is how do you pick this thing up without grabbing hold of the box? That will be a problem. So I got my big strap here, which can go up around like this. Go like that. But you can run it, pull on this box, which I don't really want to do. So I probably want to just pull these bolts out and taking this box off and then pick the motor up. So the bolts are real. These are 3 bolts here. Of course, 3 bolts with nuts under here. So just take this nut off right here. They're just finger tight. See? So just locking things up. So right now I can just take this thing off right now. No big deal. But you can see how this is all nice and pretty frail here, and like I see, you got the mounts here. So the motor's mounted on the floor, rubber, and the box is on the motor. So no vibration. And then these are all got rubber protective there so you don't eat through. Of course, they didn't put the rubber down deep enough to be of any value. So you actually have to have the rubber through the hole to protect. That one was pretty, not very good. The other ones look like they're in there deep enough. Yep. Alright, so like I said, you'd have to take this plate here off here, this plate, which is probably this whole thing right here, this whole thing right here, because the bolts were under here. So how would you get to that? See the bolt hole? This one here you're alright too, but this one here goes through that plate. It's underneath the plate. So not designed for motor mount applications, at least not big motor like this one. So that's why I made my own bracketry. Alright, so that there all looks pretty good. So now I can go ahead and put the this piece of crap in there. This does not squeeze down anywhere near the size of this. So maybe I'll wrap something around here and make it, put a big piece of hose around here or something, make it a little bit bigger so this has something more to bite onto and seal. I don't know, we'll see how it looks. So this basically goes through here, and it goes through the knockout in here, in the back of this, and then you hook it up to some of these lugs over here, I'm assuming. I didn't read the instructions too much yet. So then I bought me a quick, I got a receptacle put in here for a quick disconnect, twist lock. That was only another 130 bucks worth of accessories there, I think. So anyway, this goes in here, so instead of hardwiring the motor in there, you can have like an extension cord. There you go. Of course, it doesn't go deep enough to do that. So you can put this on like the back of the milling machine and just twist lock it in, boom, you're done. And you don't have to do any hard wiring. Hard wiring is you take these knockouts and knock them out, and they give you some more receptacles to use. So you want to use this big ass one, I guess. Is that even the right size? I guess it's the right size. I guess they want me to use these big ass ones here. I like the little small ones better. So you got two of each here, and I thought there was another one somewhere. Nope, I only see the 4. Yeah, you only got the 2. Looks like it's made for another switch here of some type. Or actually, there's 2 more here. 2 more bolt-on somethings, but that has just 2 bolt mounts and a round hole. Yeah, so they're only made for one of these. And probably too low to put it here on purpose, but probably wouldn't fit. So you get a blank area in here you can cut out and do whatever you want with. Alright, so that's how that all goes. I haven't decided how I'm going to do wiring yet. I didn't want the switch on this side to turn it on and off. So what you have to do is come on here, turn this thing on. It spins up and it just kind of coasts. And then you can turn on your milling machine, layer compress, whatever you want after that. And this will just keep running all day long. Me, I'll probably just turn the thing on and off when I need it. That way I'm not sucking up all electricity. This one here, you got to put grease in the bearings, it looks like. Kind of stupid, but oh well. But anyway, that's how this thing works. So this is a rotary phase converter, which gives you 100% full power. If you just had a bunch of capacitors like this and doing it with all electric, then you don't get exactly full power. Now with the inverter technology and all of that, you might be able to do it nowadays, but back in the old days, no. So I spend more money for a rotary one. It sucks up more juice, but it's reliable, stable, gives you a good stable output of power, so screw it. Works better. Now if you had your own motor laying around, all you would have to do is just buy the box. They do sell the box separate, use your motor. But I didn't have a 25 horse electric motor laying around. I do have a 40 horse one, but it probably takes more energy to run a 40 horse over a 25. So I didn't want to do that. Plus the thing is, it lays about 2,500 pounds and it's about the size of his workbench. Space limitation. Alright, so where's my cover? So here's my box lid. So Looks like they got some knockout. Why the hell you got knockouts on the top of your box? Why would you put two knockouts up there? I don't know. There must be a reason why you would put knockouts on top of your box. So anyway, I guess it goes on here like this. I think it fits. I didn't take this off, so. I did see what they had for hardware. The sheet metal screw. Phillips. So they give you 5 screws for 4 bolts. That screwdriver is not working on that screw. So we get ourselves a posi driver. More bite. Yep, that's the one. And this one I think is cutting a new thread, which is also not helping it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what they wanted an angle. Yeah, I had to cock it way off of angle like this. Let's see, instead of being straight, it's like this going in. So they put it in sideways. I was trying to go in straight, so that's cross-threading. Let's see, oh, I got a screw up on top here, it looks like. Yep. Goes. This appears to be the only one goes in sideways. That's a special one. Where's the hole at? Way in the back. Way back there. Somewhere. That's hard to get to. Looks like there should be another screw right there. But we don't have 5 screw cord. Oh, yes we do. Hidden underneath the flap of the box with a 6th screw. The missing one. Look at that. So this is the only screw they put in sideways is this one. Alright, there we go. Yeah, it looks really impressive, doesn't it? There. The box is probably strong enough you could squeeze it with a strap and not hurt it, but you probably rip these rubber mounts out though, I bet. Okay, well there you go. There's how you put a phase converter together. At least part of it. We haven't wired it yet. But that's good enough for now. It's still heavy. Here, the bench so it won't fall off. Alright, we're going to call it a night. That's enough work. It's 1 o'clock. And it's 72 degrees. Not bad for midnight, huh? Alright, well there you go. Tomorrow we're going to work on the back shelf back there. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's it for now.